Hello, contrarians. I'm Hina Tokura from the Decoding Crypto Team. Welcome to Crypto in a Nutshell, the series where we crack open complex crypto ideas and make them as clear as a Tokyo sunrise. Today, we're exploring a project that's aiming to revolutionize how artificial intelligence is built, shared, and rewarded. It's called Bittensor, and it might just be the decentralized brain the internet never knew it needed. Let me ask you something. What if AI didn't have to be locked away inside megacorporations? What if, instead of a few giants training models behind closed doors, anyone could contribute intelligence to a shared digital brain and get rewarded for it? That's exactly what Bittensor is trying to do. At its core, Bittensor is a peer-to-peer intelligence market. Think of it like this. Each participant, or peer, runs a small AI model. These peers connect across the internet, ask each other questions, learn from each other, and then rate the usefulness of each other's answers. Kind of like how we learn better by discussing ideas with smart friends. But here's the twist. Bittensor doesn't use a human to judge which model is best. The AI models themselves do the judging. They give each other scores based on how useful the responses are. Those scores get written to a blockchain, and the most helpful models get rewarded with tokens, just like miners get paid for mining blocks. This turns AI into a market, where intelligence is the product and trust is the currency. Now let's talk about the trust issue, because any market is only as good as the fairness of its rules. What's to stop a group of bad actors from forming a cabal, a group that just rates each other highly to farm rewards without contributing anything valuable? Bittensor solves this by introducing a trust-based mechanism. Imagine you're walking through a web of connections, and every time you meet a model, it introduces you to others it trusts. The more models that vouch for a peer, the more trustworthy that peer becomes. Over time, those that aren't connected to the majority of the network lose influence and rewards. Even if half the network was dishonest, as long as the other half stays connected and contributes real value, the dishonest side gets pushed out. That's some game theory magic right there. Let's pause for a second. If you're finding this fascinating and you want to keep uncovering these brilliant crypto projects with me, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell. We're just getting started, contrarians. Back to Bittensor. To keep the system fair and scalable, the project also uses token inflation, but not the bad kind. Here, inflation happens when peers submit transactions or updates to the network. If a peer is helpful and active, it gets a larger share of new tokens. But here's the clever part. If someone isn't contributing, they don't just sit on their stake and grow rich. Their influence decays over time. It's a system that rewards continuous effort, not just early participation. Now let's say your AI model becomes really good, but you don't want to keep it online forever. Bittensor uses something called distillation, where the knowledge from your model can be compressed into a smaller version that runs independently. That means even if your model goes offline, others can still learn from its distilled wisdom. And how does everything stay consistent across all kinds of AI models? Text, image, audio? Bittensor uses tensor standardization. That's a fancy way of saying all inputs and outputs follow the same shape or structure, so everyone can speak the same language, no matter the data type. Plus, to deal with bandwidth limits, Bittensor introduces conditional computation. Instead of every peer talking to every other peer all the time, they selectively communicate, like only asking the best-suited friend for help on a homework problem. So what's the big picture? Bittensor isn't just building another blockchain. It's building an economy for intelligence. It flips the traditional AI model on its head, replacing centralized labs with a permissionless network where the best ideas rise naturally through contribution and trust. This could fundamentally change how machine learning is done, making it more democratic, open, and powerful. Instead of gatekeepers deciding what intelligence gets built, it becomes a global collaboration. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. Which crypto project should we unpack next? Drop your ideas in the comments. And while you're at it, like this video, subscribe, and share it with a fellow contrarian who's curious about where AI and crypto are heading. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and stay decentralized.